Hello and welcome back to another episode of Rim Wars. I'm It's Switz, and we are continuing from where we left off after the attack of the AT-ATs and multiple raids from the gun faction. I think we are progressing pretty well through our research. We are on microelectronics now. It will take a little while, but we should be able to start getting into some fabrication and the like. Until then, I think what would be a good thing to dedicate our time to would be building up our base a little bit better, making our research room separate from the rest of our fabrication desks that we have going over here, and just tidying up some of what's going on. We are slowly going to be working our way towards having lightsabers, and so that is going to be the first, I guess, long stretch goal of the series. We do have one casing right now. It is about half of, maybe a little bit less than half of what you need to actually create a full-on lightsaber, but we are making progress anyways, and so fabrication is another big part of it, which is why we are working towards that with the research. I've also noticed that we are completely out of wood now, and so we will get some of our colonists gathering more of that. It is not hard by any means to gather wood on this map. As you can see, we are completely surrounded with trees if you are just tuning in, and these trees give you 150 plus wood per, and so we are at no means at a shortage for that. I do want to say thank you for the support. And if you are watching along but somehow aren't subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We are posting Rimworld 2 to 3 times a week, as well as we do have another series going on, The Rich Explorer. That is going to get some revamped, and we are going to be adding some mods to it. But for now, we are just going to be focusing on on Rim Wars. And so I am noticing this is new. We have another crate dragon in the area. If you missed episode 3, I believe, we did take down one of them with the trap hallway that we have created. We aren't really in a position to do that again, and so we really need to figure out a solution for these crate dragons, because they do tend to just completely wipe out all of the wildlife on the map, as well as an Acklay. Now, I haven't seen one of these on this map yet. I was looking at considering trying to tame it, but it has a 55% chance, similar to the crate dragon, of attacking when harmed, and obviously taming. I don't really want to run the risk of just making one of our colonists just fodder and food for them, and so we will probably not attempt to tame one of those right now. Maybe a little while down the road we can try and attack one and take it down that way, and then tame it would probably be a little easier way of going about it. But yeah, I am not a fan of the predators coming into this map. They do just wipe out everything. We have had a few Star Wars creatures come through, but I would like to see more. We do have the herd of banthas right now as a part of our colony, and we do have one that's pregnant. I didn't notice this announcement before, so that's good. We will have a fourth. It does seem like they're a little slow to breed. It takes 48 days for a full pregnancy to run its course, and so not the greatest time. I mean, I've bred chickens before in Rimworld, and usually you just have to keep slaughtering them because they repopulate so quickly. But I guess it makes sense that these things take a little bit longer to deal with. Just taking a look at here too, it seems like we should get Loki off of wardening and just leave it to Gen Doe. Loki is our only cook right now, and I think that just needs to be his only priority, because we are completely out of meals. And at the rate we're feeding, the amount of people that we're feeding in this colony, we're going to need a lot of help, and so, or a lot of meals, and so we will just have him constantly working on that. We are back up to a considerable amount of meals now, which is good. Have what is that, 180 roughly meals in storage, not including anything I might be overlooking, small amounts of meat and stuff like that, but just in what we have grown. And this is actually really good because on the last episode we did gather quite a few weapons. Having a war merchant in the area will be really good. And what do they have with them? I think Rancor. Yes. I wonder if we can buy one of these. I have a feeling that these would be pretty helpful to have as a part of your colony. Training them to attack might prove pretty useful. So I wonder if one of those guys is for sale. Ideally, we could get a male and a female and work on breeding those as well. I'm sure that they're not the easiest to tame, and so not having to worry about taming might be really good for us. But yeah, let's speed it up and get those guys in here, and we'll see what they have to trade. Okay, so they are selling the Rancor. Unfortunately, we are definitely not going to be able to afford one. We will... let's see. What can we sell these guys? We can sell them quite a bit of stuff, including all of our clothing as well. And so I think what we will do, they're not willing to buy any slaves either, which is kind of unfortunate. But I am interested in getting the Wampas. We could get a male and a female. If we could do that, it would be really good. These things are also hard to tame, and so getting some Wampas on board might help with... I'm assuming that they do quite a bit of damage, and so it might help with some colony defense. So yeah, let's see if we can buy those guys. We will just sell off... It's easiest to sell off our smoke leaf joints. I know that these guys are like hankering and super addicted to it, but yeah, I think selling those off first for sure. As well as maybe we sell off the bionic leg. It is nice to have, but hopefully we just don't get to the point where we need it. 500 for that is pretty nice to have, and so we will sell that as well as all of our melee items. Probably won't get a whole lot for them, but we don't really plan on using melee too much anymore. We will sell our regular pistols as well. We are equipped with quite a few of these Star Wars blast tech guns, and so maybe we will sell this one because it is worth quite a bit of money. We're just trying to get these Wampa, and so how much do we need? We need to make up 500 more, and we could sell our skill trainer. We do have enough construction skills going on. I think we may sell that. It's not the hardest skill to acquire, especially if we're looking at mining into the mountains. And then maybe we will just get a little bit more money from these guys if we can. We'll sell this. I don't know if I want to mess around with the incendiary launcher, but I'm not ready to sell it quite yet. We will sell one of our heavy SMG guns, and let's look at what we have for clothing to sell. We do have a lot of flak pants, not using any of them right now because we are in the Tuscan apparel, but I think we need to stop wearing that and equip some actual armor because I don't think it's going to protect us very well if we do attempt to use it in battle. And so we have the Wampa now. Let's get them to stay within Area 1 and just be some good support for the colony. We will get them trained to attack as well. All of our Banthas are trained now, which is good. Revith is basically just dedicated to training animals, so the goal is for her to just train up an entire army of animals, and getting these Star Wars creatures in the mix is actually really nice. I get kind of bored with the vanilla Rimworld animals, and so it's cool to see us training up all of these creatures that I'm not even familiar with. We can get them rescuing and hauling as well eventually. I guess my only thing, I hope that these aren't, they don't eat a lot, but I guess we will find that out pretty shortly. Also, just thinking about it, I wonder if we can give these guys anything that might improve our relations with them. I'm assuming not. I'm assuming they don't really want anything else that we have. Not going to sell any components. We did just gain a ton of herbal medicine, So let's give them maybe 25, 30, because we do have Terra's heal other ability, so we kind of have a leg up when it comes to medicine. We don't need it nearly as much as we normally would. And past that, I think that's all we can give them. The last episode hasn't gone up yet, and so I'm not going to mess around with the Joy Wire. I'm going to wait to see what you guys have to say on it, but I don't think it's a good idea to use personally. I would be open to it if you guys can give me some information on it and maybe a way to handle it. But yeah, we'll just give them some medicine for now and send them on their way. I think maybe we will work on the Force Drain as well and just slowly level him up. Once we get to 9 skill points total on this side of the tree, we're at 7 now, but we will be able to use the Force Storm, which I'm curious to see how that works as well. We haven't seen Terra's Force Ghost ability yet either. We haven't had the need for it, but it is there. I'll just have to remind myself that it is there when the time comes we do need it. But back on the wood train, which is good. It would also be nice just to clear out some of this area and actually see what's above us. The Bantha may not be too happy about it, but yeah, this is the problem with the Crate Dragon, as I was mentioning. He's been around for maybe 2 days, and he's already slain half a tribe of monkeys. And if we're trying to tame some of this Star Wars wildlife that comes through, we're going to need to be really on top of it if he's floating around, because he is going to just wipe out anything that comes through. Hopefully we can get him to leave the map pretty quickly. Again, this thing as well seems to be doing the same, just wiping out herds of animals. So we definitely need to figure out something to do with those, but I don't think we're quite at the point where we could just take them on in combat. So we may just have to grin and bear it for the time being. It may have not been the greatest idea to sell off all of our smoke leaf, I'm realizing. It is coming along. We do have some that can be harvested, which is good. A lot of these guys have developed a dependence on it. We do have a Tusken Raider stoner tribe going on, but yeah, it seems like we are gonna constantly need to have it on base at all times, because these guys just burn through it like it's nothing. And so I guess no more selling off smoke leaf. And our Crate Dragon is attempting to come into our base, which is not great. I don't know what he's doing. Okay, he's just gonna keep moving on. Let's hopefully this Crate Dragon trips all of our traps, which he is not. What's his health look like? No immediate danger. That should weaken him, hopefully. Maybe it would be a good time to take him on. I think we should try it. We did kind of cheese the last one, so it might be might be time to actually take him on here. So let's try out the Force Drain. What's Jendo's? He does have a full force pool right now, so we are going to try and Force Drain and then shock him, and then hightail it back into our base here and see how well these tactics work. So Force Drain, and then we will Force Lightning, and then hightail it back. And let's just take a look at his health now. Didn't do a whole lot of damage to him, but I guess this is what this test is for. With the rest of our traps, we will have to rebuild them now. We did get a bunch of wood, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's just see how this goes. Does he have the ability to use more Force Lightning? He should. So let's first summon the Force Ghost. Terra's Force Ghost. This should be good. I don't actually see it here, so I guess we'll just ignore that for now. And we've slain it again, so I think that we can take these things on. Well, actually, let's try and rescue it. This might be a really bad idea. Maybe we should just wipe this thing out. I guess we will have more crate dragon food, which is good, and I believe that they have built the freezer now. We did lose quite a bit of the meat that we had from the first one, because our freezer was just not set up properly. It is now, and so we will get quite a bit of food from this thing. It is taking quite a beating. These things are so tough to kill. I cannot believe this. It's taken him all night. Stop trying to fix it. All of you. Everybody melee attack this thing. Okay, Star, you go hide in your room. That's fine. I can't believe this. There we go. It's finally dead. Okay, we can unrecruit everybody now. But that was ridiculous. I cannot believe how much of a beating those things can take before you can actually get them down and dead. Yeah, we won't be taming one of those for a while, I don't think. Let's see if we can work on improving some of these local faction relations here. We'll go to this peace talks, and then we will call it an episode. Let's form our caravan. I think the best talker we have is Jendo, so we will send him, and maybe we send Space Fighter as well as Jendo. It's gonna take 1 day to get there. That's not so bad. We can lose them for 2 days while they go and do this peace talks mission. Yeah, Jendo is our best negotiator. Social is 11, so hopefully this goes well. If not, I'm not sure what we will do. Space General is pretty powerful with the gun that she has, and she is a good shooter, and so plus with his force abilities, I think we'll be fine. It's just dawned on me, we really need to get one of these guys on board just so that they can clean. We don't really have anyone cleaning now that Loki's cooking is taking up most of his time. But yeah, this place is an absolute disaster. We really need to get somebody cleaning, especially this is just disgusting. So grimy and bloody and dirty, and puke and vomit in there, and I don't even know what this is. Blood of Riveth. Which is interesting. I guess she bleeds orange. She doesn't bleed red, which is cool. The issue is Star is just so... She goes through so many breaks. We really just should kind of axe her from the colony as fast as we can. Obviously, we can't do that right now, but she just goes through a mental break like probably once a week because she is a tortured artist and always wants drugs, and so we can't really deal with her too much. We could have mood buffed her now that I look at it and given her the bionic leg, but I guess the past is in the past. We should have looked at that beforehand. Oh, instantly it was a success. So we have improved our relationships by 62. We are still sitting hostile, but that is good. Hopefully we can get those guys on board with us pretty quickly, and then we will get them back. But yeah, as soon as they're back, we will call it an episode. Again, if you've watched this far, thanks so much. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on the series, what I'm doing wrong, and be my biggest critic. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed and are following along. There's lots of this series to come. I have actually entered into my vacation time now with our company has shut down for the next 2 weeks, and so I will have a lot more time to focus on videos and recording. So I think over the holidays I will aim to get up a few more videos a week, but yeah, so lots more Rim Wars to come. We do also have a plan for the new year, a new schedule of when I'm posting and engaging with you guys and stuff like that, and so I do have some plans for 2021, but I will probably talk about them in a separate video. but just wanted to give you guys who are loyal and following through all of this just a little bit of an insight into what's going to be happening. I think we will be fully modding out the Rich Explorer series, and if it continues to perform how it does, I think we may temporarily replace it with a new series. I've been looking at a few ideas, and I think I have a series that would be as enjoyable as this one, and so we will have 2 series going in the new year. It just depends on which one we want to pursue. And so yeah, really looking forward to what's to come. And again, yeah, thank you so much, guys, for engaging, following along, and letting me know your thoughts on everything that I'm doing wrong. I am already improving quite a bit. Just from all the tips you guys are giving me, I'm learning lots of Rimworld, as well as making these videos. I've learned quite a bit, and so I'm really happy with doing YouTube videos and plan on doing them for the foreseeable future. Okay, guys, that being said, Gen Doe and Space General are back safe at our colony, so we will be calling that an episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'm at Switz, and we will catch you next time.